Across various rural regions, wild boars have emerged as a serious threat to agriculture and local ecosystems. These large, powerful animals, equipped with sharp tusks, frequently invade farmland, ravage crops, damage infrastructure, and pose a risk to both property and safety. The economic impact is substantial, with millions of dollars in agricultural losses reported annually. To protect crops and livestock, organized efforts have been launched by experienced hunting groups. These coordinated missions aim to manage the wild boar population, restore balance to the ecosystem, and safeguard the livelihoods of farming communities. At the break of dawn, one such team began their operation near recently harvested fields. Hunters took up strategic positions after arriving on site, remaining vigilant for any signs of movement. After a period of calm, the first target emerged, a wild boar foraging confidently. From a secure vantage point, a marksman executed a precise shot, halting the animal before it could retreat. Shortly after, another sign of activity was detected among the tall reeds. Responding immediately, another team advanced, as trained dogs signaled the presence of another boar. A carefully aimed shot brought the animal down cleanly, reducing the immediate threat. Elsewhere on the perimeter, another marksman lay in wait, as a wild boar wandered unsuspectingly into the open. The opportunity was seized, and the animal was swiftly neutralized with a single accurate shot. Each successful encounter contributed to protecting nearby farms from further destruction. Deep in the jungle, another ambush was in progress. One hunter, assigned to block potential escape routes, monitored a nearby clearing. Minutes later, rapid gunfire broke out as a boar dashed past the front line. A focused series of shots ended the pursuit effectively. Additional sightings followed. In one case, a boar emerged between two thickets, presenting a clear line of sight. A single, well-timed shot ended the animal's advance. Elsewhere in the forest, coordinated teams engaged other threats simultaneously, each dispatching wild boars with practiced efficiency. These operations were not carried out for sport, but as a response to an escalating crisis. In regions such as central France's Allier area, wild boars have become a growing menace. With vast farmlands under threat, local authorities issued calls for action. In response, numerous organized hunting parties were formed, with participants assigned to areas known for high boar activity. During one operation, a boar appeared behind a group of trees. Sensing possible danger, it paused momentarily, an opportunity that was quickly taken to neutralize it. Moments later, a larger herd approached. Despite an initial missed shot, the team maintained composure. Another marksman successfully brought down one of the largest animals seen that morning. Large-scale ambushes were then carried out as more herds entered the vicinity. Dozens of wild boars, often traveling in groups, were targeted. Precision and timing were critical, as allowing even a few to escape would risk further damage to neighboring fields. Hunting wild boars effectively requires not only teamwork, but also patience. Accurate targeting, particularly aiming for the head or lungs, is vital to minimize suffering and environmental disruption. During afternoon patrols, it became clear the boars had grown more cautious, splitting into smaller groups and improving their concealment. Despite their speed and agility, the animals were unable to outpace experienced teams equipped with tracking knowledge and specialized tools. In some intense moments, wild boars charged unexpectedly, after being cornered by dogs, reminding all involved of the dangers such missions can carry. At the conclusion of the operation, the collected wild boars were processed, and the meat was distributed to local farmers, supporting food sustainability efforts within the community. This documentary highlights the efforts being made to control the wild boar population and the broader implications for food security and land management. With wild boars causing destruction in both Europe and the United States, particularly in places like Georgia, coordinated responses are becoming essential. In the face of this growing challenge, trained hunters continue to operate on the front lines, preserving farmland, defending local communities, and working to restore ecological balance. Upon arrival at the designated area, the team members immediately assumed their assigned positions. Not long after, a gunshot echoed from deep within the forest, marking the first successful neutralization of a wild boar that day. Along a nearby trail, another wild boar emerged from the underbrush. A swift and decisive shot followed, effectively stopping the animal. With that, the hunt was officially underway. From the eastern edge of the forest, the barking of hounds indicated a new lead on the target's location. One of the hunters quickly advanced toward the sound, maintaining a steady aim. Moments later, a wild boar charged out from the dense growth. A single shot was fired, striking the target squarely. The animal fell instantly, preventing further damage to surrounding farmland. Elsewhere, deep in the California wilderness, another coordinated effort was unfolding. Following a pre-established strategy, a second team spread out into ambush positions as their trained hounds began searching for tracks in the thick forest. After a long stretch of silence, the hounds began barking with urgency. Attention quickly shifted in that direction. In one section of the forest, a wild boar was spotted hiding among the low foliage. Several controlled shots were fired, resulting in a clean takedown. The animal had no opportunity to escape. Despite this, the pursuit was not yet over. Another wild boar, startled and disoriented, was attempting to outrun the hounds. Unknown to the fleeing animal, a marksman had been waiting in ambush. A second, carefully aimed shot brought the pursuit to an end. The wild boar collapsed across the uneven terrain, neutralized without further incident. In another part of the forest, a sudden ambush was triggered. Visibility in this area was clear, ideal conditions for experienced shooters. As a wild boar attempted to slip through the undergrowth, gunfire erupted once more. A cry from the animal confirmed a successful hit. With that, another threat was eliminated, and nearby agricultural land remained safe for the time being. Efforts to manage the growing wild boar population have been ongoing for 5 years, since the first reports of widespread damage to crops surfaced. Since then, these expeditions have evolved beyond necessity. They have become part of a routine to safeguard both farmland and communities. At a staging point near the forest boundary, all equipment and weapons were carefully inspected. The group then separated to begin a cautious sweep of the terrain. In such environments, even a tree stump or patch of tall grass could conceal a threat. Roughly 30 minutes passed in tense silence. Suddenly, a noise broke the stillness. A wild boar rushed out, but a shot was immediately fired. The animal staggered briefly before collapsing. As the team advanced, they encountered another group of boars. A quick, accurate shot secured yet another result. Realizing the increasing activity in the area, a warning was relayed via radio to another team member who quickly increased his vigilance. Moments later, several boars charged across his position. A timely shot brought down one, while the others dispersed into the forest. Wild boars are not only known for their brute strength and aggression, but also for their surprising intelligence, which makes them particularly challenging targets in any hunting operation. Because of this, hunters must maintain constant vigilance and a heightened sense of awareness throughout the expedition. Every step taken through the dense foliage demands attention, as even the slightest distraction can result in missed opportunities, or worse, danger. The forest echoed with the urgent barking of trained hounds, their voices bouncing between trees as they worked to flush out the elusive animals. Coordinated communication between team members was critical. Calls and signals were exchanged swiftly, each person aware of their surroundings and their roles. Amidst this charged environment, one experienced hunter stood out. His demeanor remained calm and focused despite the surrounding tension. His composure was soon put to the test. Another wild boar emerged unexpectedly from the undergrowth, its powerful frame crashing through low brush. Without delay, the hunter raised his weapon and delivered a precise shot, successfully neutralizing the threat and securing another important success for the team. Elsewhere, while some members held their positions in anticipation of movement, others ventured deeper into the darker, more secluded heart of the forest. The undergrowth thickened and the air grew quieter. Then, a faint rustling broke the silence. It was subtle, but unmistakable, the sound of something large shifting through the underbrush. The hunter paused, heart pounding, carefully listening. Moments later, the animal revealed itself a wild boar, alert and ready to run. But the hunter was faster. Acting swiftly and without hesitation, he fired. The animal was brought down before it had a chance to disappear into the dense green. After a demanding but successful morning session, The team regrouped and returned to a second location closer to their base for the afternoon hunt. This area, familiar yet still wild, presented a new set of opportunities. Not long after setting up, fortune favored the hunters. A sizable group of wild boars wandered unknowingly into the carefully planned ambush zone. The forest exploded with the sound of gunfire. One boar fell almost instantly, while the rest scattered in all directions, vanishing into the woods in a flurry of hooves and panic. But the hunt wasn't over. One sharpshooter, stationed further uphill, remained calm and observant. His eyes scanned the tree line methodically, searching for signs of lingering movement. Eventually, his patience paid off. A flicker of movement, a shape he recognized, appeared between the trees. He adjusted his aim, exhaled, and pulled the trigger. The shot was clean and accurate. The boar collapsed before it could bolt. Its charge ended in a single, decisive moment. Each encounter during the day demonstrated not only the unpredictable nature of wild boar hunting, but also the level of skill, discipline, and coordination required to carry it out successfully. From the adrenaline of the chase to the strategic positioning and clear-headed reactions, every aspect of the hunt demanded precision. And in the end, it was the hunter's ability to adapt and respond quickly that led to another day of effective fieldwork.